Robert Whittaker had made some news. He was coming out and he was just talking about his lack of motivation. He said, look, I've been away from the scene for a little bit, and there's been all sorts of rumors out there about me. Some of them even really nice. You know, there was like this rumor of giving blood marrow, or bone marrow rather, and a lot of speculation and rumors. And Whittaker goes, let me just clear this up and be a man about it. I don't want to do this. I'm not motivated. The schedule's been too heavy. I train 7 days a week, sometimes up to 5 times a day. Then my only reward is I get to go get half naked in front of the world and go fight a trained killer inside of a cage. I'm not motivated to do this. It was very open. It was very fair comment by him. It also cleared a lot of stuff up because there was a lot of speculations on what he'd been going through. And Luke Rockhold came out on the back of it. And Luke Rockhold said, man, I can really sympathize with that. I get it. In fact, after hearing what Robert Whittaker said, I think I want to fight again. Now that I read him and realized other people are going through this, I think I want to go do it. And I'm sitting back, I'm going, I'm on both these guys' side. I'm not against anybody, but I have a feeling the next few minutes of my life, I'm going to sound pretty against both of them. I'm not. I've lived in their shoes. I just don't know how in the hell much an athlete thinks they're supposed to get. I don't fully understand that. Every human being, which represents our fan base, who has to part with their time and money to go and watch us doing a sport, which if you dumb a sport down is a game, and if you dumb a game down is what kids do. That is what children do. That is what games were invented for, to have fun and to fill your time and occupy you with something. And then you can get into the competitiveness and the spirit and the goal-drivenness. You can get into all of these buzzwords, but ultimately it's a damn game. And if you're able to play it as an adult and you feel anything less than fortunate, it's very tough to feel bad for you. Then you get to add fame to it. How many people out there go and do a good job every day and don't ever get recognized for it? Broad stroke, try everybody. Try everybody on for size. Then you talk about the money. You can make a whole bunch of money playing a game which is designed for children as an adult. Now you think on top of it all, you should get to be happy all the time? What are you talking about? What in the hell is that? My days of being motivated, I don't mean to personalize this. I'm like Luke Rockhold. I'm sympathizing with it. I fully understand what Robert's saying. Fully. And he's just being a real guy and being honest. And he definitely doesn't deserve me shouting in a microphone about it, but it's a topic that I feel very passionate about. How in the hell much do you want as an athlete? As an able-bodied adult who found the right environment, the right encouragement, the right teammates, the right coaches, got the right belief behind them, was given a pat on the back, got their name and face out there, recognized for their work, and by the damn way was handed a big fat paycheck after the night. Now you think you also should get to feel good? What is that? Who gets to feel good? At some point, there's things that you have to do when you go and do them every day that you don't want to do them anymore. Take being a parent. I can't think of a more real and sobering topic to bring for you. The sound of a child crying at 6 a.m. is a beautiful sound that if you're fortunate enough to get, thank your lucky stars. But I will tell you, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, at some point, you will wake up to that and think, oh my goodness, that's not what I wanted to hear right now. But what do? The answer is very binary. This is a very simple answer. What do? You get your ass up and you get them breakfast. That's the answer. I don't care if you feel like doing it. I don't care if you were motivated to do it. I don't care if you've done it 5 times a day, 7 days a week for the last 365 days. I don't give a damn. That's not how it works. That isn't how life works. If you're in a position where you're doing something and you're just doing too much of it and you can put the brakes on, you could just take your oars out of the water and guess what? Your lights stay on. Food will stay in your fridge. Clothing will be on your back. Hot water will come out of those pipes. If that is the situation you are in and you are anything less than grateful and appreciative, don't come to me about it. I'm not crying for a professional athlete. It's just not going to happen. Life is a very hard place. How much do you think you deserve? On top of everything else, you think that you get to be happy? I give it all back just to be happy. I give it all back. The hell do you think you get to be motivated for? Motivated is just not something you get to choose, guys. I know coaches will come out and say that. You got to be motivated and you got to want. I know all of those things. You can throw them all out if you have one thing, which is discipline, and that's a self-choice. You know what it takes. Luke Rockhold is a world champion. Robert Whittaker is a world champion. Those two would have a very interesting argument to figure out who was better at their absolute. Those are two absolute studs. Not to mention, they're handsome. Not to mention, they're nice guys. Not to mention, people love them. How in the hell much do they think that they should get? They get to be happy on top of everything else? My days as a motivated athlete ended when I was 28 years old. My career ended at 43 years old. Between 28 and 43, I was never less than a co-main event. I fought for 3 world championships, and I was ranked in the top 10 simultaneously in 2 different weight classes. The only and first athlete to ever do that. I don't say that to brag at all. I had my terrible falls too. I'm just sharing with you. You don't need motivation. And in life, you're not going to have it. No matter what you do, things are going to get old. It's called the law of diminishing marginal utility. You can read about this in colleges. You can spend a fortune, or I can just tell you what it means. It means if you have a chocolate cake in front of you, you're going to enjoy the first couple bites of that chocolate cake. If you have to eat that chocolate cake for 30 minutes, even though you're doing the exact same thing that you were doing 30 minutes ago, that you really enjoyed 30 minutes ago, the last few bites of that are going to suck if you have to eat the whole thing in one sitting. The law of diminishing marginal utility. It's right up there with the great laws of business, such as make sure your expenditures do not exceed your profits. Why would you think that when everything else is great and handed to, why would you think you also get to be motivated?